In the last 3 years, state leaders say the number of children in Kentucky's foster care system has increased by 1,000. They say it shows how the domino effect of drug abuse is affecting the state's youngest people. WKYT's Miranda Combs has a story.
Family is so important to me.
Inside this building, hanging on a wall, is a treasure, an article about a challenging time.
That to me is more important than my graduation certificate.
The story is about how he took care of his 4 children while his wife was deployed many years ago.
It's a story about my family and how we coped with a situation that wasn't the best in the world.
So it's fitting that he'd be heading up the charge for kids with situations that aren't the best in the world.
It bothers you?
Yeah, it bothers me enough that when the opportunity came to work statewide, I was happy to do so.
They still call him Judge around here, even though technically he's Deputy Secretary Timothy Feely. He's Judge because he spent 11 years in a room like this.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Day after day, he heard the same thing.
It wasn't unusual for me to hear 20 cases like that in a morning. What I found with people, particularly in the opioid addiction, is you could not believe a thing they said. They would lie to you in court. They would steal from their parents. They would steal from their grandparents. They would do anything to keep their addiction going.
Many of the children in his court ended up in state custody.
The biggest social problem we have facing the cabinet today is the drug epidemic.
I think I've got 2 more back in here that I need to sign off.
2 floors down from Feely is Commissioner Adria Johnson. She doesn't stop.
Gretchen is going for me.
She oversees the now 8,056 kids in foster care, up substantially from summer 2012 when 6,934 were in the state's custody.
We have more and more children that are coming into care.
In 60% of investigations done by the cabinet where evidence supported abuse or maltreatment, drugs were a factor.
Yeah, we've seen an increase.
A study by Kentucky Youth Advocates says Kentucky leads the nation in incarcerated parents. 13% of children in Kentucky have had a parent behind bars. That's double the national average. Many times the reason is drugs.
It's a partnership. It's a collaborative. We can't do this work by ourselves. It involves us working across all systems.
Johnson says there needs to be more treatment options in the state, more substance abuse providers, more support for a problem that's piling up and not letting up.
I think it just fuels us to get this right so we don't see as many families in crisis.
And Feely says when he was a family court judge, his rule of thumb was that he did not return a child to a parent unless the parent had been sober for 6 months. But now he says studies are saying a recovering addict needs 2 years of sobriety to really prove they've kicked the drug, which he says 2 years is too long for a young child to be in temporary custody with this state. So a double-edged sword.
It is. And when you talk about foster care, I imagine many of these children were born as babies to addicted moms, right?
Right, and we've done a lot of stories on that, and Feely was saying now some 80% of kids in eastern Kentucky hospitals are born dependent now.
It's a continuing cycle, isn't it? Miranda, thank you.